Manitoba Liquor Marts presents Great Tastes of Manitoba. Great Tastes is brought to you by foodManitoba.ca. Local farms, local foods.
Welcome, great to have you. We appreciate you joining us. My name's Ace Burpee and you are watching Great Tastes of Manitoba, and it's going to be just that, very tasty. We're at our new digs and they're spectacular here at the Grant Park Liquor Mart Education Center. The theme this week, Gourmet Manitoba Beef Made Easy. Adriana Barros has come up with 3 incredible recipes, including one inspired by me, apparently, which is going to be awesome. Ben Rush, our product expert for Manitoba Liquor Marts, she's going to run down what we're going to make, all right? Then you head out, shop around, try and find us something to drink with all these wonderful meals.
That's the fun part.
All right, so what are they going to be?
Okay, so tonight is all about Manitoba Gourmet Beef Made Easy. So our first recipe of the evening is Striploin medallions made with a pear cranberry red wine sauce. That's absolutely fabulous.
Nice.
Our second is, like Ace Burpee said, the Ace's sirloin steak burger, seasoned with Canadian steak spices and topped with bacon marmalade and aged cheddar.
Come on.
Our third recipe of the evening is fresh herbed tenderloin with a balsamic glaze. This tenderloin has fresh thyme, oregano, and parsley and is fit for your next celebration.
Okay, so Ben, any questions before you head up?
I do have a question. Bacon marmalade. Bacon. What? I'm just wondering what kind of flavors we're looking at. I'm thinking bacon, of course. I love bacon, and then the marmalade thing.
Okay, so it is a packaged product that I'm using. It does have bacon. It has some kind of orange rinds in there for some orange flavor, and it's kind of set in a jam sort of consistency, so it's sweet, salty. It's really good. It tastes really good with the sirloin.
I can work with that.
All right, buddy.
All right, man.
You go shopping. Oh, you did it! Okay, we're gonna get to work on sirloin. These are striploins. Striploins, we're gonna make a pear and cranberry sauce, which is very cool.
So our striploin medallions. So tonight I'm using striploin steak, and I got these butchered at my local butcher shop into the medallion cut.
I feel like the butcher is gonna make a big comeback, like the local butcher shop.
Yeah, the butcher's my best
Like that's
friend.
the best. Yeah.
They're awesome.
Wait.
They'll do anything you ask.
What are you doing?
This is my first tip on making steaks. If you want restaurant quality steaks, just blot them with a paper towel, and this takes the excess moisture off, and then we're gonna season them. So Ace, if you wanna get some salt and pepper on that. So this
blotting.
This is blotting.
Okay.
So it's really simple to do and to remember, either when you're pan searing in a pan or if you're on the grill. So
I feel like when my dad would come home from work and start cooking, he would tuck in his tie. That was like the first, right?
not to get it splattered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what you're supposed to do.
So the blotting also adds caramelization, which is what we really want to see when we're pan searing a steak.
Why do we want to caramelize them?
Caramelization is such a flavor booster with steaks. It adds a great crust on our steak, like you can see in the pan here. Not only does it add the caramelized, what am I trying to say, that flavor and that color, it's also adding really great bits and flavor components to our pan. So
That's why, and Adriana's smart. She knows her way around the kitchen. You use this kind of, I don't even know what this thing's called.
sort of a spatula.
Yeah, it's got to have flat and wood ideally, and then because it scrapes all those bits off, and it works its way into the sauce. Yeah.
It's absolutely perfect when you're making at-home sauces. So, in a recipe book, if you were to look up a recipe for something like this, you'll typically see the caramelization titled as searing or browning the beef. That's the exact same thing that I'm talking about. So we're gonna start with our sauce. So I'm just going to add some shallots to the pan. I'm gonna scrape that out. And at-home sauces, a lot of people are really intimidated by making sauces at home, and you really don't need to be. It's all about layering flavors, and it's really simple to do.
And just relax.
Yeah. Have fun.
Yeah.
So you can toss
Eating
that
is
around.
fun, but cooking, the process is also super fun, which I have learned being on this show.
Sure,
Okay, so I can scrape off all those bits on the bottom, right?
Everything, and I'm gonna help you a bit. I'm gonna deglaze the pan for you.
What is deglazing?
Deglazing is adding a liquid to the pan, and that's gonna help you scrape all those bits off. So that's
What did you just put in there?
That's a low sodium beef broth.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna add some red wine.
You are so.
And that's really what's making up our red wine sauce. So that's very typical when you're making a steak sauce. It goes really well, really good pair together. So I'm just gonna crank that up a little bit.
Let her rip.
And that's going to start to simmer, and what we're gonna wanna see is just that reduce by half. So it really doesn't take long, about 5 minutes. So your steaks in the meantime are resting.
Yep.
And the importance of letting your steaks rest is so that all those juices that kind of went to the surface of the steak.
I learned this.
Redistribute within
I
it.
learned this from a woman named Adriana Barros. You leave it to rest, right, and it sits, and then all those juices because when you're cooking it, it goes out.
It goes to the surface.
Right,
It follows
and then it
the
goes
heat.
back in.
And then once you take it off, it all redistributes, and that's how you have a juicy steak when you're done.
I like to learn.
So, in an ideal situation, this would have reduced a little bit more, but because we just don't have the time right now, we're gonna take this off the heat, and that's fine. This still looks really great. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some spiced rum.
Rum, why rum?
The reason I'm doing this is one of my more favorite kinds, is that it has really good flavor notes of vanilla and cinnamon, and this is just perfect pairing with the pears and the cranberries.
And then what?
This is Dijon mustard.
This keeps getting better.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna mix that up, and then some cold butter, and that's gonna make it just really velvety and make the sauce all come together.
Great
nicely.
words. You got an ooh out of the crew, which is what you're looking for. That's all you want. That is striploin steak with a pear and cranberry sauce, which had some red wine, some rum thrown in there as well. That's gonna be spectacular. And when we return, we're gonna step it up. The Gourmet Ace Burger. Come back.